No monitor to look at.
I know, I don't know.
Do you want me to bring it down?
Right now? Was it complicated?
No.
Then yes.
Okay, well then I'm gonna have to take one.
Do you want that one?
Just give me that one. I'll bring it up now.
Juno's like, oh good, we're done. Thank God, I've had enough. Hello everyone, welcome back to Foster the Meeple, a channel all about
board games.
And
us being very wide.
Oh my
on
God.
The monitor.
Here, let's just do a little brief recap. Obviously, you're like, where the heck are ya? We're in a new studio. We had to move out of our old studio.
It's not a new studio.
You may recognize this room from chaotic board game organization videos of the past.
Full circle, we're back in the house.
We're back in the house. So our landlord found somebody who wanted to move into the studio a month before our lease ended. We had a very quick turnaround of like a week and a half, basically, where Jeff lifted everything that we own on his back. Almost broke his back, probably, give or take.
That was a lot.
It was a lot of lifting. And you're like, wait, didn't you like just move into that studio? It's been a year. And now with the cafe approaching, it just makes more sense for us to have the studio here.
Yep.
Just
full circle moment.
Our lives have been extremely chaotic in the past month, haven't they, Jeff?
They have, yeah.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
I have Lyme disease.
Jeff has Lyme disease. Like, let's just run it down. And this part, this next part's not funny. Jeff's Lyme disease, I guess, technically isn't funny. But in the past month, Jeff's mom has been diagnosed with cancer and is getting surgery next week, then going into radiation chemo. My dad went into the hospital with heart problems, ended up needing open heart surgery, a triple bypass, 3 of the 4 chambers blocked. My mom is in Scotland.
With dementia.
Yeah, and fell and broke her hip or fractured her hip. And then she had to get surgery. So now she's stuck in Scotland for 2 weeks. All of this has happened in less than a month. And Jeff got diagnosed with Lyme disease. And we had to move out of our studio. It's literally chaos. And all you can do is just be like, what is going on?
What's next?
What's next? Hopefully nothing. Hopefully we get through the rest of the year unscathed, but we'll see, I guess. Anyways, the point is we're here for another board game snapshot.
Baja!
There we go.
Baja! I didn't get it.
And also, I know the background's very dim. We'll fix that eventually.
And the games are chaos.
The games are chaos, and also I do know the sound is probably, like, I can hear it's a little echoey in here, even though we have the sound panels up.
I thought it sounded a bit muted, but...
Oh, really? I feel like it's zingy. We are here with a board game snapshot, and that means that we are here to do some mini reviews or previews for you. Now, typically we do 5, and we've got 5 games, but we got a little sneak in here from the sponsor of today's video, which is Doomlings. And Doomlings has sent along their 2 new bolster expansions. Now, everybody knows...
Ooh, I like that terminology.
Right? We've played Doomlings a bunch. We actually streamed playing it during the 24-hour Gameathon this year. We had a great time. And Doomlings is continually adding to their lineup. And these are the 2 newest bolster expansions. So we have Castle Glass and we have Shadow Puppets. So let me just tell you a little bit about Doomlings and the new expansions. Doomlings is a lightweight strategic card game with unique characters, weird effects, and endless replayability. Basically, in Doomlings, you're going through multiple eras until we get to the final Doomsday event where everybody and everything pretty much dies. But that's fine because there's always going to be a winner. Now, we've got 2 bolster expansions. First, we have Castle Glass. The Castle Glass expansion adds 40 new cards with a brand new hollow foil, totaling 41 cards for the set, packed to the brim with new characters and a brand new mechanic titled Class Bonuses. It also features brand new watercolor artwork and a new art style for Doomlings. Greetings, traveler. Welcome to Castle Glass, the city made of sand. Collect all the memories you can before the tides rise and wash the city away. The Castle Glass Bolster expansion introduces trait classes And with it, 3 new classes: shells, coral, and fish. And the next expansion is Shadow Puppets, which comes with another 40 new cards. There's an unsettling feeling that someone or something is pulling strings to manipulate life on Addax. Explore these new Deepling, Moonling, and Glitterling traits to puppeteer your opponents into the end of the world. Okay, so I've pulled a few things out of the 2 sets to show you. First, the hollow, whoa, right in the cup holder she goes, the hollow foil cards that we got in our pack. So this one is a coral, which goes with the castle glass. This one is a fish. Woo!
Not to be confused with coral from
Walking Dead.
Walking Dead.
Coral. And this one is from our Shadow Puppets. Now we have here, like I mentioned in Shadow Glass, there's 3 new types basically. So I've pulled out 1 of each. This is a fish, clownfish.
Fish tails,
up top. Nemo. We have coral.
Again.
Very rock and roll. And then we have this, which is called Pip, and this is a shell. And it's, oh. Do you see
You
that?
had it at the perfect angle for it to be completely white.
His name is Pip, and it's so cute. And there's a
It's like a cat crab.
Yeah, Jeff, don't I know it? There's just so many new cards.
Pip pip para is his quote.
Look at this one, Jeff. It's called Womp.
What's his womp womp?
Womp, womp. Anyways, there's just so much to explore in Doomlings in general, and the beauty of Doomlings is you can keep adding more and more to it to expand the variety in your game, which we love. What?
Read that one.
Keep your friends close and your anemones closer. That's funny. Anyways, these are, I've got them like everywhere now, but Castle Glass and Shadow Puppets, 2 of the new expansions. I will have links. Everything you need to know will be in the description of this video. If you're interested, we definitely recommend Doomlings. We even have like the play mats. We just think it's fun, and it's fun for everyone, and it is for sure going to be going into our game cafe.
Sure is.
It sure the heck is. And shout out to Doomlings for sponsoring this portion of today's video. Now let's get into the snapshot. We've got 5 games here, and I think all of them, in fact I know, all of them were sent to us for review from the publishers.
First up from Devir Games, we have Sweet Dreams. So Devir, if you didn't know, has a long line of small box card games.
Yes, they do.
They have a fair amount of them.
They sure do.
Deep Dreams is kind of like a tableau builder timeline type situation where effectively, very straightforward, in this game, you are going to be drawing a card or playing a card to your tableau. And it's kind of a race to complete your timeline or your tableau
with 10 cards.
With 10 cards. These cards have a varying degree of ways to score on them. They have colors in the background that are going to score by groupings of adjacency and kind of like who has the most of each color. There are arrow paths, and this is to represent little Bruno's dream pattern. So ultimately, all of these arrows, just Jamie has it out, will have, or some of these arrows will have Bruno on it. You want to continue drawing out this dream with Bruno on similar dream paths.
Yeah.
So you'll notice in this one, I am connecting Bruno's dream because he's in the race car on the left and then in bed on the right. You'll notice some of the arrows are black. At the end of the game, if you have black arrows touching each other, you're going to score victory points. There's also unique one-time ability, there's unique abilities or effects that you can trigger by attaching arrows to them, or by they also can manipulate your end game scoring. But ultimately, you're going to be playing these cards out in front of you into a tableau in order to score the most victory points.
Yeah.
And you're going to score victory points by, again, building out color adjacency, by building out a long dream for little Bruno, by connecting those arrows together. End game is triggered when 10 cards are played out in someone's tableau, and it ends immediately.
Yes.
And then you're going to score your victory points. It is very easy, very straightforward, and very, very quick.
Yeah, I think the box says 10 minutes to play, and I would say that's pretty accurate. I think maybe we played it at 4.
Yep.
Probably took like 15-ish minutes.
Plus the small little teach.
Yeah, plus the teach.
And we read it before we, we didn't read it beforehand.
No, we learned it together at the table.
So that, I think, is more important to express on how quickly you can play this game.
Yes. Do you like it?
I was just going to say, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's I think, a great intro game.
Mm-hmm.
If you have board gamers that aren't into board games and you just want to play a simple card game. It's very cute.
Yep.
But, yeah, it just didn't
super hit. I think this is a great little filler game. It's a good little travel game, and like Jeff said, an intro game. But what I will mention is that this game can be very mean.
Yes.
Because a lot of the effects that come up are making you or allowing you to manipulate other people's tableau or taking cards from other people. And so there is a mean element to this. So just be aware of that if you're playing with people who don't enjoy mean games. I think it's cute. It was fun. It's like a little 10-minute filler game. Yep. Is this going to hit our top 50 list? Probably not. But it is a cute little card game with bunnies and Bruno. But we don't talk about Bruno. So everybody knows that. All right, next up, from Office Dog Games, who very kindly sent this along, we have The Hobbit There and Back Again. Bilbo Bagginses. Bagginses from the Shire.
Yeah. Cool to see a Hobbit.
It is. So this...
sorry. Let me restate that, because there's Hobbits in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, there is a lot.
It's cool to see a Hobbit themed
game.
like Hobbit IP.
Yes.
Game.
Correct. So this is one of the newest games from Office Dog, and it is a roll and write adventure style game where you are playing through the story of The Hobbit. So there's going to be kind of like a white erase board booklet that everybody is going to get, and that's what you play into. So how the game works is you roll 5 dice. We played this once again at 4 players. So in this game, the first player is going to draft one of those dice. They are going to do whatever that dice says on their little play mat. And each of those mats is, like I said, going through a different part of the story of The Hobbit. And so they are continuously introducing new rules to each of the scenarios. The first one is just pretty basic. You're trying to get all of the dwarves back to Bilbo's house, essentially. To feed them. Yeah, if you've read The Hobbit, seen The Hobbit, you know this is a very key part to how the adventure begins. Anyways, so you're going to draft a die, you're going to do the thing. Everybody is going to continue doing that until all of the dice have been drafted, and you're basically just trying to fulfill the objective of that scenario.
Yeah, I will mention the first player will get 2 dice.
In a 4-player game. Yes, in a 3-player game, the first 2 players would get 2 dice. And then, yeah, like I said, depending on what scenario, different things are going to happen, but it is a roll and write with different goals and objectives. The base rules are very straightforward. Like I said, you're basically drawing out paths, or you're going to be taking different types of resources. In the one that we played, there was bread, which was needed to feed the dwarves. There are swords. There's a bunch of different things.
There's timing things too, because and again, in our scenario, you needed to have food before the dwarves arrived, otherwise you wouldn't score the food, etc.
They can come over, but they can't eat. Anyways, you're basically doing that, and whoever scores the most points or achieves the goal will win.
But this is the booklet.
Yeah, that's the booklet. So it's like white erase, and each one is going to give you the special rules that you need to do. This is the first one here, trying to get the dwarves to the Hobbit hole. This one introduces like new things, but there's 8, and you could play them over and over and over again. Do we like it is the question. I personally freaking loved it.
I very much enjoyed it, yeah.
I mean, Jeff and I are partial to the world of Lord of the Rings.
I'm biased, I'll admit that.
Yeah, but for roll and write, it wasn't overly complex. It wasn't too combo-y that you feel like you're getting lost.
Again, in the first scenario.
And it is, at least the first scenario, because that's, once again, it's all we've played so far. It is kind of like you're doing your own puzzle, but it is a race that you're competing with everybody else. But the one that we played, you're not manipulating other people's maps.
Yeah, I'd be surprised. Most roll and writes are kind of solitaire-esque.
Yeah, for sure. And it does play solo, in case anybody is curious. There's like a solo player token and some different ways to play solo, but I really loved it. We played it at 4. I am interested to play it solo as well. Maybe I'll do a solo mode on it. That could be a good one. But yeah, I'm I'm here for it. I loved it. We might even play it again later.
I have a sneaking suspicion this game is probably best either playing it solo or at a harder player count.
You think?
Yeah. I think 2 is probably the weakest.
Well, we'll have to play and see. Who's to say?
Just with the dice drafting, I think.
I also love the artwork. I love it, and that is There and Back Again by Bilbo Baggins.
Next up from Scorpion Masque, we have Tag Team, and this is a prototype. That's why that big old WIP is
Work
up there.
in progress.
Tag Team is a 2-player battle royale, or not battle royale, but
Dueling game.
Yeah. A la Dice Throne, a la Unmatched at 2-player, etc. Also kind of similar to Neon Rain.
Yeah.
You have the ability to draft a bunch of different characters, and all of these characters are asymmetric. They have their own abilities and own ways of playing. You're going to draft 2 characters, and then you're going to shuffle their decks together, and you're going to start with their starting cards, which are 2 cards, and then each turn, you're going to simultaneously reveal a card, do the actions on the card, then go to your next card, do the same thing, and then after the round is over, after all of your cards have been played, you're going to take 3 of your cards from your collective deck and pick one to add to your deck, but you don't shuffle it.
No.
Which is very key in this game. You're actually going to take that card. Your card order is always going to stay the same. So you then are going to take that extra card and place it somewhere in your deck. And you're going to continue doing that until you knock out one of your opposing players.
Yep.
Characters.
One of their characters, yeah.
And again, all of these characters have unique abilities. Some are better support characters. Some are aggressive attackers. Some have a manipulation of both. But ultimately, what you're going to be doing is flipping these cards, and these cards have attack abilities on them. They have block abilities on them. They have alternate abilities. Some characters have tokens they're going to manipulate. Ultimately, how you do damage is defined by how many power cubes that you have on each character.
Yep.
Power cubes are accumulated through playing those cards and adding them up. Whenever you will attack with the corresponding amount of power cubes you have, plus any extras and that sort of thing. Again, you're going to keep going until someone dies, one of your characters is defeated. It is very, very easy and very fast.
Yep. And I think Jeff already mentioned, but the characters have varying complexity. So you can start off with like some of the lower complexity characters and then work your way up to the more complex ones. And how you choose it is a draft. So it's a 2-player game only. So each player will get half of the draft cards, half of the characters. You choose one, you pass your cards, and then you choose another. Yeah, we played it. It's pretty quick. I think we played it in probably like 15-ish minutes. Plus the teach.
I just also want to quickly mention on the complexities. I played with like a 3 or a 4, and it was not complex.
No,
I just want
to
be very clear. Like when we talk about complexities, it's not that complicated.
Yeah, it's more so maybe if you're playing with kids,
yes,
you might want to start them off with like some of the lesser complexity.
Yep.
But yeah, I thought it was really fun. It has this really unique, like the way that you build your deck and you don't shuffle it, because in our game that we just played, Jeff had a character that could cancel cards. And so I was trying to like layer my attack cards where he couldn't cancel them. And so you have to like almost remember what the other player has been playing. But then again, you don't know where they're adding their new cards or what they are. So it was like, even though there's a ton of dueling games out there, I felt like it was relatively unique in that way, but straightforward and a ton of variability with what's inside this small box.
Yeah, I think if you're trying to get into dueling games and maybe there's some others that are a little bit more complex, this would be a good place to start with kids. I also just quickly want to mention the only thing that I kind of noticed in this game that might be an issue is, given that you don't shuffle your decks and you're placing cards in, someone could like watch you put your card in.
Sure.
And be like, oh, I'm going to put my block card where she put her card.
Right.
So if you're going to play with cheater pumpkin eaters, you should be playing with them anyway. But it might be something where you kind of just like take your cards to the side and add it in secret or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really cool because Jamie kept blocking one of my big attacks, and so I had to figure out how to place my card properly to offset that card from her so she could stop blocking it. It's really great for what it is.
Yeah.
I do prefer the more like I work for Dice Throne. Take that for what it is.
Yeah.
But I do prefer the more like complex like interaction stuff.
Yeah.
But I do think this is a great place to like start people into that world.
Yes. I was going to say that if you're like, oh, well, like Dice Throne versus this, like I consider Dice Throne a more complex game with like, especially some of the characters are way more complicated than these. And Dice Throne, you're rolling dice, and so there is that little bit of like luck element and randomness, whereas like this doesn't really have that, because you know, like when you add cards to your deck, you're drawing 3, you're very intentionally choosing one of those 3 to put somewhere, so it feels like you have a little bit more control over it maybe, but yeah, that is tag team.
Yeah.
Next up from Horrible Guild, they sent along Railroad Tiles, and this is the collector's edition. Look at this.
I didn't even realize there was so much
Railroad
in
this
ink
box.
Stuff.
Yes. And they sent this, and we are going to be putting this in the cafe for people to play, which is very exciting. Now, there is a like regular retail version where you just get the base game, so if you're like, that's too much, you can just...
Understandable.
Yeah. So, Railroad Tiles is a tile placement version of Railroad Ink, which is a very beloved roll and write game. This game functions very similarly, but instead of rolling dice and marking things off on your grid, you are drafting tiles from like a station, from a train station. And then you're going to be building those out into your own personal grid, making railroads, making actual roads, going through stations. And then what you're going to do is you're going to be placing out these little tokens and scoring them. So in the base version of this game, there are cars, there are trains, and there are little people. And you're going to see what's coming up because it's at the top of the train station. So I would know at the end of this round, we're going to be scoring trains. We're going to get to put one out wherever you have a little pinpoint symbol on your grid, and then you're going to be scoring trains that are in that network up to 5. It's very simple, very straightforward, just like base Railroad Ink.
With a ton of expansions. So.
With a ton of expansions. So let me just tell you, this comes with a forest expansion, a lakes expansion, a canals expansion, an energy expansion, a monument expansion, a countryside expansion, a desert expansion, world expansion with 10 sets of objectives. It also includes tokens and more tiles for a 5-player expansion, and there's also in this a promo pack. And I didn't even mention, so you could play just the base game where you're playing through to score the most points, or you can add in objectives to make it a little bit spicier. So this is definitely for fans of Railroad Ink who also enjoy tile placement, or maybe you prefer that mechanic. Maybe you want a billion expansions. All of the expansions add new tiles, new tokens, new rules, like they're all different and you can kind of mix and match them. But did we like it? Now, I've been a fan of Railroad Ink for a while. I definitely like this, but I will say it is a little bit more fiddly than the roll and write.
It's more gamerified.
If you've got big sleeves and you're knocking things around like I am, you're messing up your grid. But it is more gamerified for sure.
I think this is for people that love Railroad Ink and want more Railroad Ink. Railroad Ink.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like they want to take that to the next level and make it a full experience.
Yeah.
Or if you've... Can you hear that cat?
I don't know if you guys can hear the little baby.
Or if... Maybe you've wanted to play Railroad Ink.
Railroad Ink.
That's a hard thing to say quickly. Railroad Ink.
Yeah.
And you're like, it's just not quite enough for me.
Yeah.
Try this out.
Yeah. I feel like this gives you more autonomy over how you're building your map and how you're playing. And then...
You're not specified to a grid.
No, and then with all the expansions, it's giving you so much variability and you can mix and match them. And I do want to mention, though, that we played this at 2. I shouldn't say obviously anymore because we have friends who play games with us now, which is great. We played this at 2. I think this would play best with more players because how the drafting works is it's like there's different columns. One will have 2, 2, 3, 3, and 4. You place your little meeple out where you want them, and you take all of those tiles. So if you're going in the 4 column, you're taking all 4 tiles and placing them out. In a 2-player game, Jeff and I weren't really getting in each other's way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he wasn't really taking what I wanted, and vice versa.
Yeah, there's not a ton of incentive. So, like Jamie mentioned, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you go further onto the right, you're going to get more tiles. But it also determines turn order.
Yeah.
So the further back you are, the later you're going to go. In a 2-player game, the incentive, like math, to not take more tiles kind of isn't there.
Yeah.
It's always pretty much you're taking the 2 biggest columns.
It does play solo, and I haven't played this solo, but I am very curious to, because I have to say I have a feeling this probably plays best solo or with 3+ players.
Yeah,
it does play up to 5 with this particular one. If you're getting the regular railroad tiles, it's up to 4. Okay.
Yeah, I would say like this gives me the same vibes as someone that would buy like a big deluxe version of TTR, like Ticket to Ride.
Yeah.
I was like, did I get that acronym correct?
You did.
Similar vibes for me on this one.
Yep. But that is Railroad Tiles. Shout out to Horrible Guild for sending along this freaking beautiful edition. Stunning.
All right, last up from KOSMOS, we have Nunatak, Temple of Ice. And this is designed by friend of the channel, Kane Klenko.
Happy belated birthday,
and it was just his birthday. Kane also has done games like Flip Ships.
Yeah.
Which is like one of our favorite games.
Yeah. He's about to. His next upcoming game is Robo Rally Dice.
Yes, he is. Yes, Robo Rally Dice is coming out soon. Hi, Kane.
Hi, Kane.
Nunatak is a very straightforward, beautiful produced game where you are effectively building a Temple of Ice. You're going to be doing that through every player in a 2-player game, which is what we played at. There is a 3rd AI character.
Yeah.
Who is going to be
What's
placing...
her name? Cece?
No.
Sort of the C.
Suki. Jamie does these things and then I have to look because my brain won't let me not look. Siku.
Siku.
I was close.
Suki's from Gilmore Girls, Jeff.
Nunatak is a kind of like set collection tableau builder. Or I'm not even going to say tableau builder. Set collection with a bit of area control.
Yeah.
So in Nunatak, there's effectively 2 phases. You're going to be taking a building card from the main building area and building one of your ice cubes on that corresponding
symbol,
card symbol on the main board.
Yeah.
So all of these cards have different symbols on them. There's architects, there's elders, there's builders, there's a whole bunch of stuff. So when you draft one of those cards and add it to your tableau, you're then, like I said, going to take one of your color pieces and add it to the board. And what you're doing effectively is building supports. So how this game scores is, once a new level is placed on 4 supports, you're going to score points based off who has the majority of those support blocks underneath that next level of floor. You're also going to score anytime depending on, I was going to say you're going to score. Jamie had this card that allowed her to score anytime a row and column was finished. If she had the majority in the row or column, she would score 7 points.
Yeah.
But if you are the person to finish a row or column, you're going to push up your architect 1 on the architect track.
Yep.
That is going to matter for endgame scoring. So you're going to keep going, building out these supports until you get to the top of the temple.
Yeah.
Then you're going to score a bunch of different myriad of points. So you're going to score throughout the game based on the supports you've placed by rows and columns. Elder cards are going to give you bonuses that might bless you to score more points and do different things. And then at the end of the game is where the bulk of the points are going to be scored.
Yeah.
You're then going to go through each card type and score them respective to their respective scoring type.
Yes.
So for example, rhinos are going to score however many cards you have in that rhino column by how many rhino symbols are on all of your cards.
Yep.
The architects are going to score based off of how many cards you have in the architects times where you're at on your architect track.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of them is like kind of symbol collection. So you're going to
Mm-hmm.
score points based off how many symbols, tools you collect on the cards, etc., etc.
Yeah.
You're going to score a lot of points in this game.
Yeah.
Jamie,
And whoever has the most cubes on the outer gets to place the top.
Yeah. Yes, correct. You're going to score a lot of points in this game, and at least in a 2-player game,
Yeah.
there's going to be degrees where like you're separated by so many points. You may be like, oh my god, I'm doing so poorly. But then it all comes together at the end and actually ends up being relatively close. Jamie did still crush me. Very simple game. I will say the setup is a bit fiddly.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's just, I shouldn't say fiddly. There's a bit of setup to this game because you have to basically set up the whole board. There's all of these pieces you need to put out. It's not that bad, but it is something to be something to consider. Yeah. I would also say this probably plays better at 3 and 4. The AI is actually really great.
Yeah, I liked how it worked.
Siku is always in a 2-player game, because we do have a lot of 2-player people that watch this, so I'm going to speak to it briefly. In a 2-player game, you're going to take 3 ice supports. There's a name for them that I'm not recalling. 2 are your color, 1 is Siku's color. So on your turn, you can choose to place any one of those 3. So yours or Siku's. Siku's not going to score points, but she is going to count for majorities, for other types of scoring, rows, columns, kind of can block the other player.
Yeah, and you don't get to keep the cards that you take for Siku.
Siku's going to have her own discard pile and her own builder pile, because builders score based off of whoever has the most builder cards, essentially. I very much enjoyed this game. I think it's a great game for kids. Because it's got that kind of like toy factor where you're literally building up an actual temple of ice. The colors are very vibrant and beautiful. It's a very beautifully produced game, and it's very straightforward. I think you could probably teach this to kids relatively easily. They might not score super well, but I think they would get it conceptually.
Right.
But it was super good. It was actually way, way, way better than I thought it was going to be, just based off of what I saw.
Yeah, I also really liked it. It's one of those games where you're just like, how do I optimize everything? Because there's so many different types of cards that you can get, the building cards or whatever, but like I wasn't focused on some of them, and then I realized at the end it's like, oh, like for this is one of the reasons how Jeff like caught up to me, because he had 2 sets of like each type of card, and I was like, oh, I didn't get any rhinos, I didn't do this, I didn't do this. And then all of the blessing cards, so if you get elders, you get blessing cards, which give you all of these like different either end game scoring or scoring throughout the game or special abilities. So there's a ton of variety.
Yep.
And as we were playing, we were literally like, this is a perfect cafe game, because you could literally teach this in like 5 minutes and have people going. Yeah,
it's definitely one of those games you'll play and you'll be like, oh man.
And it's so pretty.
And you want to go through it again. Like, for example, like I was doing really well on the architect track, but I wasn't getting architect cards.
Yeah.
So at the end of the game, I was like, oh my god, if I had gotten architect cards, I would have scored a ton of points, but I just didn't think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
I have nothing more to say. It was really, really, really great. I definitely recommend this one if you like kind of that toy factor of games.
Yeah. It's just fun.
Yeah,
it was just fun. It's not like a take yourself seriously kind of game.
Yeah, I would say like if you like area control, but like you maybe don't like super mean area control games, this would be one to check out. Because you're only subjected to like where you're able to place things. You can't be aggressively mean in this game.
No.
But yeah. Nunatak, thank you to KOSMOS, thank you to Kane. Great game.
Great game. And those, my friends, are 5 more games that we have been playing recently. I want to give a shout out to our channel sponsor for the month, Van Ryder Games. There is going to be a link in our description below for the pre-order for the newest feature film, Rotten Harvest.
Do you think Final Girl is objectively the best spooky game?
Yes, best game. Best game, best spooky game, best horror game. Jeff and I just talked about this. Now, I am biased because it is my favorite game.
Sure.
But name me
I agreed with you.
That's a better horror game. There isn't one.
I agreed with you.
Yeah, this is peak.
Mansions of Madness is up there.
Yeah. It is, that's true. But the newest feature film, Rotten Harvest, the new killer is Grimlash. He's got a big pumpkin head. You're in a cornfield. I'm so excited. It's on the way. As soon as it gets here, I'm going to be streaming it. I'm very excited. But if you also love Final Girl, if you want to try out this feature film, the link is going to be in the description below, and stay tuned for a play. And this month, if we have time, and we will hopefully make time, Jeff is supposed to play Final Girl. Yeah. And I will let you choose which feature film. Okay. Maybe you want to do the new one. I don't know what you want to do. I also have Shriek on the way, which could be a fun one.
I want to see the list.
Jeff wants to see
Stack
the list.
them up. I'll pick
Last time he played, he got absolutely demolished.
Am I playing as you?
You could.
But if I play as you, what if I'm like not playing Optimalix? I'm like, well, it's just Jamie.
You want to kill me?
Well, I mean, if it's a horror movie.
To be fair, I have died playing myself many times.
They should create me.
Yep. Girl
Final
Jeff.
guy.
Final guy. Final dude. Anyways, that is everything that we have for you all today. If you are interested in buying board games like any of the many that we mentioned today, please first start by checking our friendly local gaming store. And for us, that is
the Boardroom Game Cafe.
Heck yeah, it is. If you like what you see,
please subscribe.
We hope to see you again soon. And now we say goodbye. Goodbye.
Later days.
Juno, I can't get past your moping. Get past your moping. So wide.
One of these should probably move here.
Probably. I have another one over there that's sitting.
We might need to put something up here too.
Yeah, and the carpet. Our carpet's not down yet. Yeah. Anyways.
This room is not complete. It's just thrown
If
together.
you, there's just stuff everywhere. Anyways.
Yeah, I'm surrounded in games.
So Jeff, because I did Shadow Puppets, because I did Doomlings, now you go. One of them's called Shadow Puppets. Bah!
Thought I read that said 3 to 5, and I was like, how's it 2 to 5? Yeah, 3 to 5.